Today we're going to go over Misty. I'm going to show on my spreadsheet my current price, option positions, and also going to show where I'm at as far as in if I'm making anything or am I losing money on Misty. And then I'll also compare that with MSTR. So stick around and I'll show you where I'm at on my play. Hello my friends, this is Legend. So Misty did pay out their distribution this week, and I wanted to go ahead and enter that into my spreadsheet. And I also wanted to go over where I'm at currently in my position of Misty, factoring in my distributions, option plays, along with the current price appreciation or depreciation, and if I'm making anything on Misty. Then I'm also going to go in there and I'm going to compare if I was buying straight out MSTR and see where I would be at on that one. So let's go ahead and slide right over to my spreadsheet. All right, so here we are on my Misty spreadsheet. Currently, as you can see here, the current price being $20.86. This is the weekend, so this is the closing price as of Friday. So as you can see, I'm showing the number of shares is 383 shares here, and my current purchase price being $25.31, which gives me the capital invested of $9,693.63. I've earned some distributions. Now this is not counting the latest distribution, and I'll go ahead and enter that as well, and that will adjust these numbers. But currently we are at an adjusted price of $9.87, and that is my average price per share when I factor back into the share price of the distributions and such. So my capital at risk is $3,781.59. So that gives me a current percent earned of 60.99%. And this total unrealized gain section right here, what that is if I was to sell the shares at the current price, then I would be gaining about 43%, meaning that currently I am up about $4,000. Now, after I enter in my distributions and we go through that a little bit, I'll go back in and explain how I'm coming up with this $4,207.79 so that you better understand where that's actually coming from. I did not, unfortunately, I did not purchase any shares. I missed the purchase time when it had dropped below that 10 on the RSI. It's just been kind of crazy this past week at my current 9 to 5, so I've not been able to pay much attention to it except after hours. But I know you guys out there have been on the ball and did pick up a few shares of Misty when it was down, so congrats to y'all. I'll have to wait for the next round on that deal. But let's just go ahead and enter in that new distribution right here. Now I'm going to enter in the amount per share that they'll be paying out. I can't necessarily enter in the actual dollar figure that shows up into my Webull account because it actually will not show up into my Webull account until Tuesday. But the dollar value will be correct. It's just not actually in my account until Tuesday. So that's the reason I can't necessarily buy anything until I get that money showing up into my account. So this one paid out on March the 13th of 2025, and the amount that it will pay me will be the 383 shares times the price per share for the distribution, and that was 1.3775, and that was the distribution payout. So that's going to give me $527.58 will show up into my account either Monday or Tuesday. So I currently still have that $24 put that I'm still trying to roll. That one does expire next week. So I will be looking next week to hopefully be able to roll that put. Now, I've had many chances to roll it, but I've been asking a little high on the premium, just hoping to get a little bit better premium payout for it. But I'm hoping to still be able to squeeze out about $100, maybe $90 out of it and roll it out a month. And then I've got the second one here, which expires in April, so I've got plenty of time for that one. And that's a $23 put. So the current price being $20.86, I'm not too really worried about either one of them. Either one of them are, in my books, okay, and I can actually turn around and sell calls against them as well. So after entering that distribution right there, that did adjust us a little bit. Our average price over here doesn't change because I did not purchase any shares. So therefore my capital invested did not change. The distribution earned did change. It is now $6,045.07 because I added the $527.58 right here. My premium earned did not change because I have not been able to roll that put yet. Just being a little greedy on the premium, but that's all right. So the calculated adjusted capital invested, that means the amount that I have at risk is $3,254.01. And what that is basically all of my earnings here taking out of the total invested amount would leave me with that $3,254.01. So that average price would be at $8.50. So if this price of Misty ever got down to $8.50, I could sell it at that $8.50 and I would break even. And I'm not necessarily wanting to come out of this breaking even, but it's just for a visual. It is just something to keep in my mind of where I'm actually at. So if this price ever got down to $8.50, then if I did sell it, I would walk away not losing anything except time. And of course, people will say time is money. But if I can come out in the end, if this thing goes south, I can come out at least and break even. So that gives me a percent earned of 66.43% and a total unrealized gain of 48.85% with a total unrealized gain value, which is this 48%, which is worth $4,235.37. So what that means is if I was to sell at the current price right now, I would make $4,700 on the entire thing. So that takes into account my distributions, how much I have invested into it, and all of that. With doing all the math on all that, I come up with making $4,700 in the end on this play. Now, just to explain where this number is coming from, I can show you right here. We can punch in the numbers right here and give you a little bit more example and explanation of what that number is actually accounting for. So first of all, we want to figure out how much have I earned if I was to sell at the current moment. So on the price appreciation side of it, I would take the current price of $20.86 times how many shares do I have? That's 383 shares. That's going to give me a total of $7,989.38. And what that is just that. That is how much I have earned on just the price appreciation of the stock. In this case, a depreciation, right? Because I paid $9,600 and I'm only getting back $7,900. But I have earned some distributions, so let's go ahead and add those in. So those distributions here is going to be a total of $6,045.07. I have been selling some option premium on this, so I get to add in that option premium as well. So let's add in the option premium, and that's $394.55. So that is all of the amounts that I have earned. I have earned a total of $7,900 in the price of the stock times the number of shares. I've earned distribution of $6,000. I've earned premium of almost $400. Now, that gives me a total, and I can sit here and I can just add this up. So it's that plus this plus this. That gives me a total of $14,429 even. So that is the total amount that I would actually have earned, right? But it did cost me to get into it. So let me go ahead and subtract out how much it cost me. Well, that cost was 383 shares times my share price. And that is going to be that $9,693.63, which is this same capital invested value. I could have just put that up there, but I wanted to show you that's where that's coming from. So that actually should be a negative number. So we will do that because we paid that amount. Now we take our total right here. So we're going to say equals our total. So we made $14,429, but we did pay out this $9,000. And that gives us a earnings amount of $4,735.37. So therefore, this number here does match this number here. So now you kind of see where I'm getting it from. So that's what I wanted to show you of where it was actually being generated from. So, and again, I also wanted to show you if you were buying this same dollar amounts here, with this amount total invested right here, $9,693.63. If I was using that and I was buying Mr. with it, then I can slide right over here. And as you can see here, Mr.'s current price is $297.49. That is the current price. Our average price is $169.77. Now, let me go ahead and say again, I do not have these shares of Mr. I do not have this number of shares of Mr. I do not have any shares of Mr. This is only for comparison only, okay? So again, this is comparison only. Just to see if you bought into Mr., would it have been better, or is Misty still the better deal? And I'm going to explain the two. So as you can see here, the number of shares would have been about 57 shares. There are fractional shares because I'm using the full dollar amount from the other side so that we can compare apples to apples. Our current purchase price is $169.77 times the 57 shares gives us that same capital invested that we have over here on the other side. 96.93 over here, 96.93. So as you can see, it's the same dollar amount. So it is going to give us the same amount invested. Now, there's no distributions. There are no dividends for Mr. So we do not get to earn any kind of income for that. So the total invested, of course, is going to be still that $9,600. Our current adjusted price is going to be the same because, again, there are no extra earnings for this one. Not saying that you could not have done options for it, and if you did, then you could have earned some earnings off of that. The percent earned, of course, is 0 because you do not earn anything with Mr. until you sell it. And as you can see, that's kind of where I'm going with this. For Mr., it's a stock. It does not give dividends. The only way you earn is you sell the stock. Okay? So keep that in mind. The total unrealized gains is 75%. Very nice. And the total earnings is $7,292.33. Now that is calculated the same way as the other side was that I went through and explained. The only difference is, of course, with this one, you don't have any extra earnings. So it is just that capital that you have invested for this one. Now you'll look at $7,200 if you would have just bought Mr. And that's today. It's using Friday's price. And with Misty, and let's see if I can get both of them on the same screen here. Yep, here we go. Now Misty, we only would earn $4,700 if I sold it today. So if you were looking to just sell it, if you sold Mr. right now, you would earn $7,200 versus selling Misty and only earning $4,700. Even after the distributions, right? So you're looking at it and you think, well, I like the bigger dollar value. I like the 7,200, so maybe I should have got it in the Mr. instead of Misty. Well, here's the difference. Again, Mr., you have to sell those shares to get $7,200 and then you're out of the play. You no longer earn anything else for it. It does not pay you anything, so therefore you do not earn anything else. It is done. You're moving on. You made 75%, which is a very nice earnings. Don't get me wrong. You made good off the price appreciation and you pocketed $7,200, but you're moving on to something else. With Misty over here, if we sold it, we would earn 47, but we're not selling it, right? I'm not selling it. I should put it that way. I'm not selling it, but I have put in my pocket this amount, right? I have put in my pocket this amount and I have invested this amount, okay? So total in my earnings column is about $6,400 here. Now, I have spent $9,600, but over time, I will earn back that $9,600 and then it will continue to pay me the distributions and I will continue to make money. So with this one, I don't have to sell shares to earn money. This one is going to pay me without selling shares. That's the idea here. The idea and the plan, and nothing is guaranteed because this is not guaranteed to go on past today, right? But my plan is to keep riding this one out to pay me the distributions and continually to earn passive income. And I put it as income because this can be considered income. These distributions would be paid and priced as income. Selling a stock is not income, okay? Distributions, dividends, they are income. So this could be a continual payment for me monthly. And again, not guaranteed, but that is my plan. So even though I am not making as much with Misty here if I sold it today, but again, I'm not looking to sell it. I'm looking for this over here. There's my cash cow right here. Distributions and premium. That's where I'm earning my money, not from this up here, not from that price. I'm earning it from the distributions. So I hope that starts to make a little bit of sense between Mr. and Misty. Mr., you're earning off the price and the price alone, and you have to sell it to get anything out of it. And if you don't sell it and it falls down, well, so does the amount that you gain here. Whereas Misty, what we've earned in distributions is in our pocket. Now, the price of itself could keep on going down, but I know where my limit is right here, $8.50, where I can get kicked out and walk away losing nothing. Gaining nothing, but losing nothing as well. So I hope all that makes sense. It's kind of a little bit of a longer video, but I really wanted to explain the difference between the two of what and how each of these actually earn money. How you would make money with Mr. and how you make money with Misty. And of course, all depends on if this continues on, because nothing is guaranteed. And this is not financial advice. This is only me showing what I'm doing and how I am playing these YieldMax plays. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. I hope all of this starts to make some sense. But if you could, please like and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. It really does help the channel. It is much appreciated and is needed. So as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, legend out.